Hey guys, Tenacious here with another with a knife update. This one's going to be on the Tenacious and the Byrd Cara 2. Now, as you see, I've got some lines traced out on here, and I've got some paper cutouts. And basically, these are my modifications I'm going to do to these knives. I'm a little short on funds right now, so I'm deciding I'm going to work on modding my knives, which I've always wanted to, but never got around to. So I'm finally getting around to it. I have a grinder available. I'm going to buy a cutoff wheel pretty soon and take a whack at it. So we'll see how it goes. Being hardened steel, it'll probably take a lot longer, and I will have to definitely keep a bucket of water near me so I can keep the temper down. Definitely don't want to overheat the steel, or else it's going to become way too soft for a knife blade. So we'll take a look at the Tenacious here, my personal favorite. We have Tenacious, as you can see, with the blue outline. Now, this is the blade shape it's going to end up looking like. This line right here is the grind line, where this line is right here. So it's going to be a full flat grind with a nice, very thin, pointed blade. I'm going to put a swedge on the top. I really enjoy that look. Originally, these mods are just to weight these knives, but I decided I'm going to cut down a little bit of the mass because this knife does take up a lot of room in my pocket, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm going to thin these knives down a little bit. See how that goes. Excuse me. I'm a little teary. I just had some homemade Thai food. It was really hot. Oh, okay. So yeah, this design I was more or less inspired by the Benchmade Onslaught, I believe. The one with the really it's not the Skirmish, and I think it's Onslaught. I don't know. I'll put an annotation down here. But I really enjoyed it because it has a really nice, long, wide, thin blade. It's phenomenal for food prep. It has a great shape, and that's something I was really inspired by when I designed this. So this is my take on it. Now, the problem that I'm having with this is I'm going to lose a lot of strength by cutting this big chunk out right here. I won't be able to put a whole bunch of pressure onto the tip. I will still keep the structural integrity around the spider hole, so that should be fine. And then they've got the wave here. But like I said, I can't put a whole lot of pressure on this tip, and the way I've designed it is going to be a little bit more delicate on the actual end of the tip. So that might be prone to snapping if I'm going to force it. I have baton with this knife, and I think I'm going to end up not being able to baton with it anymore if I put it into this setup, but that's fine by me. I'm really mainly trying to make this into a slicing and thrust cutting knife. That's the main ideal for this. It's not self-defense. It's just an interesting design. I think I'm going to go with and see how it goes. Something I have noticed though is that obviously the thinner the stock on the blade, the better it slices, and because of how low I'm cutting it down to this, like, 3/4 of an inch, it's going to be really thin blade stock on here because of the full flat grind. So it's going to be nothing more than like 1.5 millimeters wide. It's going to be really thin. So great slicer. That's what I'm expecting out of this. Not a hard to use folder. Up here, we have the Byrd Cara 2, another full flat ground knife. However, the blade stock on this is a lot thicker, I believe. Or it could be, no, I think they're about the same, yeah. They're the same width, but the grinds are different on them for the actual full flat grinds. This one is a lot shallower, and that's why it's got a thicker bevel on it. It's actually my convex grind, or JP's convex grind, which I've had to touch up, and it's got a decent edge on it now. What I'm going to plan on doing is shave this down to have more of a point, and then have a little wave on the end. This will be the new knife to baton with, I think, unless I choose some of my other knives. But if I'm going with this, I think I feel pretty safe batoning with this in this blade style. Just again, have to be cautious of the tip because it will be more pointed. Some of the things you guys might have noticed is that this design is a little more reminiscent of the Endura and Delica Series 3, or Generation 3. The modification they did on the 4 is that they rounded out the tip just a little bit, kept it still pointed, but enough so that there wouldn't be a lot of snappage. I like a more pointed tip. I use that a little bit more than these rounded tips, and I think that's going to play better towards my EDC and overall use of the knife. So it'll become just a better tool for me. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this. This is the general design. Yeah, after that, then I'm going to get some 2000 grit wet dry sandpaper, take the finish off these, get them nice and polished, And that should be it. I'm gonna do this at the same time I cut out my axe. I'll see how it goes. Alrighty guys, thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.